Should you upgrade to a Galaxy Z Fold 5? That's the question that we're going to answer today. And I'm going to talk about some other stuff in the commentary that's been surrounding the Z Fold 5. Now, the Z Fold 5 is a refinement. That's the term that's being thrown around there, and it is. However, it's the first time I've ever seen people use the word refinement in a negative way or as a way to kind of slight a phone. So essentially, the general premise is that the Z Fold 5 is just a Z Fold 4.5 and a Z Fold 4 is just a Z Fold 3.5. And honestly, this is just coming from tech reviewers and tech publications and stuff like that. And it really doesn't help out the customer that much because if you're constantly just downplaying stuff based off of your own personal feelings, then it really doesn't help anyone out objectively. But essentially, if you have a Galaxy Z Fold 4, you probably may want to stay away from the Z Fold 5 because there are minor changes to it. So when we look at the word refinement, that's basically what it means. It's to improve with small changes. But there are differences. Let's say if you previously had a Z Fold 4 and you looked at the inner display and you were outside and that inner display wasn't bright enough, on the Z Fold 5, you get 1750 nits. So you're getting a brighter display. If you were somebody that didn't like the gap inside of the phone and it drove you crazy and you swore that you would move away from the little gap inside of the phone if they ever came out with a phone that was gapless, the Z Fold 5 pretty much has no gap and they fixed that. Also, Z Fold 5, you do get the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 Samsung edition, so you should get a little bit better battery life and you get some different colors, and that's pretty much it. If that isn't enough for you, then don't upgrade to it. Okay. If you bought a Z Fold 4 last year and let's say you paid full price, it kind of doesn't make sense to trade in that phone for $1,000 and pay another 800 bucks. But I also know that people are in different situations. Some people traded in the phone last year and they got the Z Fold for really, really cheap. They might have gotten it for 800 bucks. So if you're going to take your Z Fold 4 and then trade that in and get 1,000 out of it, and then the difference you're going to pay is maybe 600, it's all up to you. Okay. So don't sit here and just be like, oh my God, well, such and such tech YouTuber said, I don't know. Like, look, let's just keep it objective. Okay. The other thing that you have to look at is the deals that are in place. And that's basically going to be around trade in. Yes, we can look at the price of $1,800, but there are also trade ins to be had, especially let's say if you don't have a Z Fold 5. Let's say you had the S series and let's say you had an S22 Ultra and you wanted to try out a Z Fold 5. You can't sell an S22 Ultra for $1,000 to save your life right now. Like it's practically impossible compared to what's available and the values out there. Samsung is willing to give you $1,000 for an S22 Ultra. So if you really wanted to try out a foldable, if you really wanted to go the Samsung way, if you trade in the S22 Ultra, you get $1,000 off. That's $800 that you're paying towards an $1,800 phone. Not a bad deal. Also, I would say a good time to upgrade would be is if you're coming from a Z Fold 2 or Z Fold 3. For a lot of people coming from those two screens, you actually had a more narrower screen than you already have right now. A lot of people complain about the cover screen today, but a lot of people forget that the cover screen was actually smaller on the 2 and the 3. So that might be a reason to upgrade. Also, the battery life. The battery life coming from a 2 or a 3 is going to be way better because you have a more powerful, more efficient chip inside of the Z Fold 5. So that might also be a reason. And basically, you get the camera upgrades. A lot of people complained about the cameras being bad in the Z Fold 3. So Z Fold 5, better cameras. Same cameras from Z Fold 4, but better cameras. So basically what I'm saying here is that we got to get off of this train of just being constantly upset and offended when there's small changes. We are in a mature smartphone market, meaning that's pretty much you really can't do much year over year. It's going to be small changes until they find something bigger and better. So if you want the small upgrade, go for the small upgrade, but also realize for some people, it might be a bigger upgrade than what you were looking at. So moving all of that aside, why do refinements exist? Okay. This is something we've just been doing for a while, and it's honestly a normal thing. But for whatever reason, we just look at phones and we throw logic out of the window. The reason why a refinement is a good thing is because what do we always complain about? What do we always talk about and say, oh my God, I can't believe this? It's anytime a company comes out with a new feature or a new device and it's not fully fleshed out or there's something wrong with it. If Samsung does it, if Apple does it, if Google does it, if any other company comes out with a product that isn't 100% perfect, we rag on it. We talk about it. How dare you? What? Okay. So what you do is you have refinements. You have a product come out. Let's say, like the Pixel Fold. Pixel Fold comes out, right? Next year, guess what? The Pixel Fold is going to be a refinement. It's not going to be this old, big old magical thing that everybody goes crazy about. They're going to make small changes to it to make it better. That is a good thing. You should want that. Refinements get you towards a better, more perfect product, even though some people say no product is ever perfect, but it gets better. We do the same thing with cars. We do the same thing with products. We do the same thing with clothes. This is a natural process that happens throughout the entire world. Even you're a refinement. You get a little bit better every single year. You don't get completely brand new every single year. And even if you do, it happens once or twice. It's not something that happens year after year after year after year. So don't be scared of the word refinement. Don't be scared of the word iterative. Just let it happen. Okay. And you can also vote for your wallet, vote with your wallet. If you don't want to buy something, don't buy it. If you do want to buy it, don't let anybody stop you and buy it. Okay. Figure it out for yourself. Use the product. I mean, we live in an age where you got return windows and all that stuff. You could buy something. Let's say you don't like it, return it. If it doesn't make sense for you, return it. But don't sit there and like deny yourself from something because somebody said that for them it absolutely didn't work. Find out what works for you. So I guess in the ultimate question of should you upgrade to the Z Fold 5? It depends on you. Do your research. You know what you got to spend. You know what you're working with. Get some deals. So, all right, y'all. That's it for the video. Y'all take it easy. See you in the next one. Peace.